All right, guys, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. It's been a while since we've done ATS, but we are back, and yes, running a little bit late. I've got with regards to the dog now and trying to get food in time and stuff. It's a little more time is required between getting off work and then coming straight here and be ready to stream. So just some things that have to get done. So anyway, so we're here. Hopefully have some fun today. I don't even know where I am at the moment. I mean, I know I'm physically where I am. I don't know where in the game I am. So I was trying to look on the map, but I didn't see. Oh, okay, there we are. We're in Truckee. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, happy days. Well, at least we know that now. So we're in Truckee. So if you want to join us today, you're of course welcome to do so. Let's see. So we've got a number of people here. We had David Rothmuller here. Tim is here. Kelsey's here. Hello. Boeing Manufacturer 9 is here. David, congrats on Cat 3 1 hour ago. That's awesome. That's for Westwind, by the way, for those of you that are unsure what that means. It's a upgrade, category upgrade for what he can fly. So good job there. Kelsey, you're down in Florida. That's awesome. So hopefully you're enjoying your vacation time. Some more some sun, hopefully, as opposed to all the snow and rain you guys have been getting lately. So let's see. Wait, is it rude to join a live streaming channel, or can I if I'm watching? What is that? Oh, you know what? First of all, I just realized. Hang on, I gotta. This is what I don't like about American Truck Sim, and I'll explain in a second. But let me fix this first before as I realize what's going on here. There we go. Sim's gonna freak out. Don't worry about it. Okay, there we go. So now I'm on TeamSpeak. So hello, Captain Tim.
Dan, good evening, Moose. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
A little tired, but hanging in there.
All right. Well, that's good. What I was explaining about what I hate about Truck Sim is that it's not a windowed mode. It's not a full screen. It's a full screen mode, but it's a full screen lockout, which means my mouse cannot move across to the other screen in the sim. I have to literally minimize the sim, which is just dumb. So anytime I have to do something on the other screen, like mess with TeamSpeak or move chat or something like that, I have to actually close the sim, not close it, but minimize it to get my mouse to work again, which is annoying. So anyway, but glad to see you're doing that. So with regard to, is it rude to join a live streaming channel if you're just watching? I think what that's you're referring to is the password protected thing on the live stream rooms. The live stream rooms are for the point. The point of that, what they're trying to do is make sure that someone is actually hosting a live stream in it, and it's not just people using the room for whatever they're doing. So, I am live streaming. Therefore, you guys are free to join the TeamSpeak room, TeamSpeak live stream room 3. You're not live streaming, that's okay because you're part of the live stream in this sense. You're communicating and actually by the very fact of vocalizing on it, you're on the live stream and so you're live streaming in that sense too, I guess. So, but yes, no, it's very appropriate. The password is the same as it's been for the last few times now. Currently live streaming, all one word, capital C, capital L, lowercase s. Um, I typed that onto chat, but again, I have to minimize the thing again to do it. So currently live streaming, all spelled out, all one word, only capital C and capital S, no capital L. So just know that that'll get you into the TeamSpeak thing. I'll probably add that onto NightBot's deal here because that apparently is sticking around for a while. So, Ology Technology, good to see you. Well, welcome to the stream. David, I don't have a dog. I'm house sitting for a dog, and she's conked out at the moment behind me. My parents, as you can see, I'm not in my typical room either. So, this is my dad's office over at my parents' house, and I'm house sitting for them for a month while they're in Europe, gallivanting around. And so I'm house sitting for them, and they have a black Labrador dog named Katie, and she is adorable. She's almost 10 years old, so she's getting up there in age, and but she's a fantastic dog. So very well mannered, although every once in a while she goes on a barking tirade if she thinks she hears someone approaching the house that really isn't, but they're nearby. And I was trying to, why we were 5 minutes late was because I was trying to calm her down because she was going through one of those moments right before I was going to start the stream, so wouldn't have been very helpful. All right, so I think that takes care of everything. Tim, no engines blew up on you while you were flying this week, I hope.
Well, actually, we did. Well, I didn't personally, but was at Atlanta when the plane heading to London had the engine fire.
Yeah, I saw that, the Delta 76.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah, well, I figured if it was, I probably would have seen a tweet or something. So, but yeah, glad to see everyone was safe there as well. Um, anyway, all right, well, let's get going. I'm gonna send a little thing here real quick because my neighbor is offering to come walk the dog, and that would be fine actually. So, sure. So we'll see about that. So I may have to get up here in just a second to let her out for that. So we'll see. All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to go. So job market, we're going to do external contracts since that's the way to do this nowadays. And voila, wow, lots of heavy stuff. So we're in Truckee. Again, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to do so. And love to see you guys if you want to come along. If not, just watch, and that's fine too. Let's see, where are we going to? San Diego, Santa Fe. That's a lot of scrapers. Good grief. That's a wow. That's a long haul right there. Good grief. I don't know. That'd be like a one and done, I think, if I do that. Let's try not to go that long. Let's see. That's Page, Arizona. Anything in California? Here we go. Yuma. That's a little more acceptable. That's a bit of a jaunt, but it's not bad. So maybe that's empty pallets. Let's see. Let's keep looking and just see what else we got here. It's Kingman, Santa Cruz with a scraper, used packaging. I tell you, the the box trailer loads aren't very interesting, are they? Used packaging, empty pallets. All right. Let's see. San Rafael, Fresno. Oh, Fresno. Reading. I haven't been up to Reading in a long time. Actually, let's go up to Reading. That's a little short hop. Let's do that, and then maybe we'll take a longer one out of Reading. But I just haven't been up to Reading in a long time. I think that might be interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so she's coming. Let's see here. So yeah, we're gonna take that and see what we do. See what we do. All right, my trailer is ready. Proceed to the get the things over there. All right. All right, so this is where we left off last time. And I gotta remember what buttons do what here. Hopefully this stuff all works. It appears to. That's good. That's alright. Let's turn it around. Oh, it's right here. Wow, dang, that worked out nicely. I didn't realize I was actually already in the parking lot for it. It's kind of nice. Awesome, possum. All right. Did they redo the reflections on that thing? That looks super shiny. Like I don't remember that being that reflective. Maybe that's new. I don't know.
Did you change your settings on your PC?
Not in the game, no. There was some updates between the last time I streamed this game and now, so that's why I'm wondering if it was an update.
Okay.
Get on there. There we go. There's the kingpin. Just trying to keep an eye on my neighbor across the street from when she's coming so I can go give her the dog. Alright. Oh, we got somebody. Someone in a car. Oh. Hi. Because I cut that corner a little too much, I think. Ooh, just barely. Okay. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? I think he's doing a drug deal. That's my guess. Paraku. Uh-oh. That's a pole. It's not the best transition out of there ever, to be sure. All right, here we go. On the road again. On the road again. I think he's gonna follow me. Oh, crap. Now she's at the door. All right, I'm gonna pull over here at this bitumen real quick so I can get the dog to the door here. She snuck up on me. I didn't see her coming. Are you kidding me with this? Yeah, I'm running it. I don't care. Oh, this is the... Yeah, shut up. Nobody cares. I'm going to pull in right here for a moment. Where's my... There they are. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to give the dog off to the neighbor real quick. Stand by. Okay, sorry about that. Again, dog life. All right. Back on the road. Okay, well, tomorrow is Friday Night Ops into Miami. So I'm trying to decide where I want to jump off from and in what. I was flirting with the idea of taking the 717, but I'm still not sure yet. I did take it for a test flight. I know, Tim, you were saying you had some issues with the speed tape, either lagging or jumping or something like that.
Yeah, it was bouncing around a little bit. There's a bit of a lag in both in that and actually the speed tape too.
Yeah, so I think I experienced a similar thing. I don't think it's you. My issue wasn't so much. I don't think it was bouncing as much. It was kind of lagging. Like even the compass on the ND was like as I was turning, it wasn't fluid. It was like a choppy kind of thing. My frame rates everywhere were fine. It was just those instruments were doing that.
It had really good frame rates, but it definitely was choppy. However, I was just thinking about that. If I would do any changes to the configuration of the airplane.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, on the service thing, you can.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
That may have reset something that I didn't think about when we did the update.
I got you. Yeah, I went through and looked at my settings, and it looked like they'd all stayed the same. So I don't think it was related to that, um, but yeah. So I'm not sure if I want to try it for a stream yet or not, given what happened last time.
Yeah, probably not. I'll probably goof with it tomorrow and see. And
Yeah.
if it changes, I'll drop you a tweet on that.
Got it. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll probably plan to take the old 7.3. I'm not sure. I'm trying to decide where I want to go from Miami though too.
I'm thinking Fort Lauderdale.
That's a nice, really short flight. We're up, we're down. Hey.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is more for the people listening to the stream, that the 717 is still in beta. It's not a released
Right.
airplane for the P3D, so we're kind of doing the Chuck Yeager test pilot thing.
Absolutely. So yeah, I keep waiting. They keep teasing us with that whole version official 1 is going to hit any day, but it has yet to do so. So yes, we're still very much in beta. All right, so apparently that was the long way around. I didn't realize what that it just sent me around the mountain and came right back. Oh well, we got to see some sights. Oh goodness.
How's the house sitting going?
It's going very well. It's a very nice change of pace for my roommates. But no, it's going well. I've got a little companion with the dog, and so I'm not completely alone. But I'm an introvert at the end of the day in a broad sense, so it's nice having the place to myself. And but yeah, it's been nice. Also, I discovered on my parents' bed they've got it's not a memory foam mattress, but it's like a memory foam topper that they got at Costco for like $100. So I'm getting one of those for my bed because I love that thing. I was Facebooking with my mom in Europe and said, "Hey, you got a memory foam?" She said, "No, it's just a topper. We got at Costco for like $100." I'm like, "Shoot, that's $100 well spent."
How's the trip going for them?
It's going good so far. They're at the French Alps at the moment, or at least they were yesterday. They went to the top or nearby to is it Mont Blanc, something like that?
Mont Blanc, yeah.
Yeah. And so they went up there. They've been staying in the town of I think it's Chamois or something like that is pronounced.
Chamonix.
Chamonix. There we go. And the X throws me off. So yeah, so they've been enjoying that. It's been kind of a restful time this last day or two as they were trekking around quite a bit. So they were spending some kind of relaxation days there.
Well, that's a good time to relax, because if you're not used to being at altitude,
yeah,
and walking around.
Exactly. So yeah, the place they went up to the top of was 12,000 feet. So, and then
Did they go to Grenoble?
I think so. So, but yeah, they're putting a lot of pictures on Facebook. Looks like they're having a lot of fun. So, glad to see that. Start enjoying their retirement years. So. So Tim, where were you off to this last week? What were your destinations? Tim?
Oh, I ended up in Aruba.
Oh, wow, that must be nice.
Safe trip and stuff.
Is it C? I can't remember which this is.
Thanks,
will do.
Runway, it's a hotel.
Yeah, I know you're. Is it just a short little stopover for you, or did you actually? Well, you said a hotel,
hours.
so 36. Okay, so you got a little layover. If you're watching on and you're in chat, go ahead and say hi. It looks like no one's talking, so join the conversation. Make yourself known. Say hello.
I was hoping Kelsey would jump on and tell us how her trip went down.
Yeah,
turbulence.
Yeah, it sounded like I don't know if she's the way she's on, if she's got the ability to do a voice with her setup where she's at, so maybe that's why. But yeah, it sounds like she got down there safely at least, so that's good. Uh-oh, way station. Ah, boo. I want to go to the way station. All right, I get it. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. Yeah, so I posted on the, so funny story. So on our Westwind forum, I noticed, I guess I should downshift, that would help. I noticed someone had posted before the Cross the Pond event, about the Cross the Pond, they were going to do it, a guy named Peter, and we're looking forward to it. And so some other people were posting, yeah, we're going to do this too. So one of the guys posted, oh, whoops, I guess that would help. Yes, pass the inspection, there we go. One of the guys on there posted, yeah, I wasn't able to participate, by flying it, but I was on board a 747 that blew out all its tires on landing. And so at that point I realized, oh, he's talking about me. And so I was kind of reading further, and they asked me to post the link to the video on there, so I did that. And Mark sent me an email, our CEO, about 2 days later, said, you damaged my plane, here's your official chew out. Because I commented at the end that I was going to get it. It was pretty funny. But that was a fun time. The long hauls are tedious, but they're fun if you can do it with fun people like that and hang out with everybody. So, but I'm glad I don't do that every week. That's for sure. That would be long. Does that work? Yes, it does. Sweet. I feel like I'm going south, but it must be taking me north. How do I do my... There we go. Oh yeah, I'm going north. Okay. Get there. There we go. Or a giant bridge or something. What was a pace plane? Well, the weather here ended up being absolutely beautiful today. It's been it rained on Monday. Was it Monday? Monday or Tuesday. It rained kind of out of the blue. Yeah, it was Monday. And a big old fat rain, as they say in Forrest Gump. It wasn't for very long, but it just all of a sudden got very, very cold and very rainy. And then the rest of the week's been kind of like it's flirting with rain. We knew it wasn't supposed to rain, but it's like cloudy and kind of cold and not really that clear. Today was like clear and then puffy clouds at the end of the day. It's been beautiful today. A little bit warm, light breeze. My kind of weather. My kind of a weather. All right, so now I'm starting to think that the chat is broken. So someone post something so I can tell that someone is.
Well, I just gave Kramer the password for TeamSpeak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, it seems to be working.
Gotcha. Do you see? Is there anything posted in chat after Ology Technologies? Hello.
Minimum's asking about why you're not doing an FSX stream. You don't see that?
No, I don't. So yeah, so something it did die on my end. Okay, that's good to know. All right. Well, I get to a point here, I'll have to...
let me jump in and answer for you here.
Sure.
Minimums, he streams trucks on Thursday. Remember T for truck.
There you go.
Thursday. And Friday night ops on Fantastic is Friday night, and Saturday is his saga going around the world, bouncing here and there,
literally bouncing here and there. Yeah, in fact, this Saturday should be Moscow to Zurich is the flight plan. That'll be our last Euro Ops flight, and then we will take Zurich and head probably toward maybe Cairo, and start doing some Middle East, working our way toward India and Southeast Asia.
I gave you the South Pacific knee chart, didn't I? Or the
Yes.
whatever that is.
Yeah, the Pacific en route, high altitude, whatever.
Yeah, it's the plotting chart.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you see anything else jump up on chat, question for me, let me know, or feel free to answer them for me, because I can't see them apparently. I don't know what's up with
Well,
the chat.
Boeing is posting everything in Russian, so I'm about ready to give him a timeout.
No, we're doing that again. Boeing, English, please. English. We don't speak Russian. At least I don't. Isn't he the one that usually posts in German? What's he doing with Russian now?
Apparently, he likes the Soviet national anthem.
I guess.
Yeah, you know what we should have done after you had that arrival into air is we should have gone up and done some practice.
Practice landings, you mean?
Yeah, in that wind.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we can set that up anyway. That's the beauty of a flight simulator. The wind, like I said, though, the wind wasn't the problem. That stupid. And actually, I went back and looked at the replay on the tape because I can do that. All reversers engaged. What happened was it looked like the number one was armed even before I like it thought number one was already active even before I touched the ground. So as soon as that wheel hit and the pressure sensor trips, number one went into full reverse immediately. The other ones followed shortly thereafter once I pulled all the throttles back like I was going into reverse intentionally. But because of the lag between them, number one had the advantage and threw the asymmetric before the other ones caught up. And it did that both times. So when I pulled them back up, they all came out of reverse, and then number one went right back into reverse immediately before I even pulled them back again. So something was sticking with number one's reverse engage on there. I'm not sure why.
You know what I would suggest?
Yeah.
Is and what I do on my throttles is I have one the number one throttle sets up to bring everything to idle.
Right.
And then my number two throttle, when I pivot down under that button down at the bottom, it engages all the thrust reversers.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. See, I used to have it set similar, but what I had was the number one kind of commanded everything. So number one brought everything to idle, and then number one also went into reverse when it went into its zone, into its detent. So, but I never thought of splitting those up so that way it's less likely of one screwing up with the other.
Yeah, and besides that, you want to bring those engines to an idle before you engage.
Right. Well, that's what it is anyway, because the whoops, that's the parking brake, not that. The first detent it hits, when I go back, it's an idle detent that it automatically cycles each engine individually. They're all set individually to do it, but they hit that idle detent first, and I usually hit that when I'm at about 20 to 30 feet off the ground. What the heck? Kramer, are you letting out your air brake right there? And I just turned the wrong way. Thinking about idle reverse. Hey Kramer, turn your push tuck on. There we go. Yeah, make sure that's on push tuck. It's hearing me and then it's kicking it back to me, and it's awfully loud. And that's annoying. So I need to U-turn this somewhere. Okay, let's see, what can we do? But yeah, so the engines all come to idle on mine well before I engage reverse. I'm just gonna do this. I don't care.
And actually, if you read the NTSB report of the Southwest accident at Chicago Midway, you'll see that they had a problem with the thrust reverser getting stuck in the interlock, which is fairly common.
Oh, see, it's a Chicago problem. It's fine. I didn't hit pause. What are you talking about? Yeah, but that's an interesting thing to try. I think, I'm trying to remember, there was a reason why, because like I said, I used to have it where they were all set to follow one master, and I think I had an issue where I didn't want to bring all the thrust to idle with one end because I needed to do something asymmetrically, and I don't remember what that was. And so that's the only reason why I'd want to keep it individual if possible, just so you have the ability to do that if you need it. It's so rare that I need to. But
Yeah, I've never seen you go into asymmetric thrust.
yeah,
Taxing.
I don't think I've ever done it on stream. I think this all happened before I started streaming when I set that up the way it is now, because that was back a ways since that has happened. Oh, this is kind of a lame parking, but okay. Straight through. Alright, fine.
It's a nice UE, by the way.
Thank you. I've had to do that a few times in the real world with my church van and trailer. There's when we go to the place we go to the dump, when we have to do dump runs, there's no coming from the north. There's no turn in to the dump from like a median, and there's a solid median blocking, so you can't just like cut across. And the next light up is a really small intersection. So when you're a 15-passenger van with a really poor turning radius, and you basically need to do a U-turn at the light, you gotta learn to go wide out and then bring it back, and just enough to clear the curb on the other side. So I have a lot of experience with that one.
So, Moose,
Yes.
where did you find the Westwind skin for the PMDG 737?
You mean the 20th anniversary one that I'm using?
Sure.
It should be on the website, I think. If it's not, I can send it to you because I have it. I designed it. But it should be in the fleet section. It's under it'd be tied to the 737-800. And it'll probably be like one of the last ones listed down there because it was most recently added. But it should say PMDG repaint for 20th anniversary or something. If it doesn't, I need to know so I can go find that and make sure it's uploaded and there. But I thought it was there.
Yep, it is uploaded.
Hey, there we go. Glad to hear it. So I also found out why me and Chris could not see each other's skins. I went back and looked at how I have the model matching done, and it's actually set to ignore what's in my current fleet in my hangar, for instance, whatever you want to call that, and only look at the other thing because you don't want it accidentally drawing a PMDG aircraft as a thing. And then, so I'm going to see about it, trying to design a AI skin I can throw in there for the Westwind stuff, and then people can get that, and that'll solve that problem.
He just logged on, says hello.
Who did?
Chris.
Oh, hey Chris, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I can't.
You can't see any of the chat anymore?
I can't. Well, I can see all of G technology on this last thing. I'm gonna minimize this so I can try and reset that because I don't know what happened here. What? No, don't do that. Oh, there it is. Now it came. I maximized the window and then minimized it, and it all came back. Okay, here we go. Let's see if that stays up now. There we go. Okay. All right. Kelsey, you got sick twice just from being in the parks for the 2 days. Oh, good grief. That sucks. Dead.
Kelsey be alone in that.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm not a big fan of Florida either.
Yeah. Let's see what
you doing okay, Kelsey? Now?
Let's go to Eli. It's not bad. Right into Eli. Right into Elko. It's a fuel tank. Elko. That's kind of cool. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what else we got.
Did I miss you dropping off stuff?
You must have. It was a straight in. It wasn't really even a pullback because it was just.
Okay.
So yeah, it was easy to miss.
I just looked up and you're choosing trailers all of a sudden. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Magic.
Well, I've been going to school for the iPad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sucks.
That's Fresno. Ooh, San Francisco. Here we go. Let's do that. That looks like fun. Dry fruits to Frisco. That's I think they have enough fruits in San Francisco already. Oh, that was too easy. Right. Hey, Downfall Series Parodies. Good to see you, man. Sorry, we were. I didn't have access to chat until just a few seconds ago because my thing froze on me or something. So, but I see you now. So, welcome to the stream, sir. Glad to have you. Let's see here. Must be from Walbert that we're taking this, I guess. Yeah, it is. Okay, I see. I see where it wants us to go.
Hey, Moose, sorry about that.
That's okay. Was that Kramer?
Yeah, that's me.
That's okay. That's okay. Live and learn. But yeah, that's why it's a good idea to have the push talk on, just so that way I don't have to pick up your background noise, and especially not hear myself when I'm trying to talk, because that's really weird. What is an interesting thing, though, about that, though, is anytime there's any kind of a delay on a microphone and you're hearing yourself, you will naturally begin to slow down because your brain is trying to hear yourself and comprehend, but it's because it's behind, and it'll naturally. You have to really block out what you're hearing and try to ignore it, and it's otherwise you'll just start to slow down slowly but surely.
Yeah, I've seen these like speech jammer things where like you're talking and it plays your voice in the background.
Mm-hmm. So how you doing, Kramer?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Just taking some fruits to Frisco because that's where they belong.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Of course I'm going that way.
I'm glad to hear you had a good time at the Oasis there, Chris.
Oasis.
Do you enjoy the
Oh,
ice storm,
nice.
Chris? Yeah, when I was down in Aruba, they had an ice storm roll across Chicago.
Oh, fun. And by fun, I mean no.
You can tell the foreigners when they try to drive in it.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, people in Fresno can't even drive in the rain, let alone the snow. I shudder to think what it would be like to watch people here trying to drive in the snow.
Chris, are you going to be in O'Hare Saturday, a week from tomorrow? The 28th? Yeah, there's the Chicagoland Airline Collectibles show is a week from Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's a flea market more than anything else.
Gotcha. Sounds better when you say it the other way, though.
Well, actually, there's a lot of cool stuff there. I bought a transponder head for like $5 that I put my
nice.
flight numbers in so I can memorize them when I'm flying.
Oh, that's where you got that, yeah. That's cool.
Then Bill comes down from Minneapolis, and he's got like an antique store or something, but he was a former Northwest Orient purser, and his booth has always got something from Northwest.
Oh, nice. Well, that's cool. Boeing manufacturer now is just quoting Titanic. Oh my goodness. If you want to be more authentic, though, Downfall, it's shut the dampers, not the boilers. You can't shut the boiler down that fast when it's coal-fired.
Oh yes, you can. Put a couple thousand gallons of water.
Well, yeah. Once the hull bursts open, but that's not them shutting it down. That's the ocean doing that for them.
don't want to be around a boiler when hot. Cold things.
No, you do not. Richard Savage, thank you for subscribing, sir. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the stream. Little horn shout out for you there.
Now that's a stock truck right off of ATS.
Yes, it's stock with a bunch of, I pimped it out, but all with stock stuff from ATS. I don't think you can, at least I don't know if you can do the modded stuff, because you can't use mods in general in the multiplayer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, I did get a like I was saying before, for my non-multiplayer version of this, I have a Peterbilt. I think it's Peterbilt, or was it Freightliner? It's Peterbilt or Freightliner. One of the cab overs, and that's actually pretty fun to drive. It's really kind of wonky because feels like it's got the most awesome turning radius you ever could imagine.
I looked at getting ATS, but then I'm like, why? I want to drive. I just go out.
Yeah, just go out and drive, exactly. You coming back Saturday, Kelsey?
How long did you want to fly Friday night?
I'm up for doing a little bit longer one. The last one I did for Friday Night Ops was pretty short, so.
I was thinking Memphis to Miami, maybe.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Then it's alliteration too. Memphis and Miami.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That Mensa thing's working for you.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, went out. Did I tell you I got the PMDG 7.4?
Yeah, you did. Have you been able to do anything with it too much besides just some initial familiarization with it?
I got reacquainted with it. I'm not used to the new version.
Mm-hmm.
I went through all the settings and the FMC and messed with those and got it set up the old Northwest way.
Got it. Are you using it with the old CRTs or with the new flat panel LCDs?
I'm using the flat panel LCDs because I just think it is easier to read.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Did you make a decision on Dallas yet?
No. I'm leaning more and more towards not though. I'm not. I was looking at their website the other day, and I don't think anything's changed. So I'm not holding out a lot of hope.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the Vegas one.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing the Vegas one. The sucky thing about the Vegas one for me is because I was planning originally on the other one, I can only do a day in Vegas because I've got to be back for Sunday. So it would just be I'll go down Friday night. I've already got my room booked for the Flamingo. So
Okay.
so I'll go down Friday night and then be there Saturday and then take off at about 6 or so I can get back in time to go to bed.
Yeah, you're driving, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna bid. Well, actually, I select next week for my trip, so I'm gonna try and get an overnight
Gotcha.
on that Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
See if I can get in there.
That'd be cool. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be there on Saturday. So I may be able to swing it as we get closer to stay the Sunday as well, but it's gonna be really iffy. I'm thinking it's probably not gonna be able to happen, but I'll definitely be there for Saturday.
You know what Vegas? That's the home place for Gemini Jets.
Oh, really?
They've got a store down there that's just incredible.
Oh,
It's by the airport.
gotcha. I'll
Actually,
check.
It's to the west of the airport.
I'll have to check.
3 blocks, yeah.
Gotcha. I'll check that out. I'm probably gonna go down early on Friday because I don't have any issue when I have to leave here, just so I have some time to roam around if I want to, and that way I can dedicate most of Saturday to the actual con. Well, that's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah, if I don't do a trip up, I may just try to pass out there.
There you go.
I'll buy you a beer.
Well, I don't drink, but you can buy me anything else.
In Vegas, you know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, well. It's not a religious thing for me. It's just I choose not to. So.
Oh, nice steerman. I generally don't drink much at all unless there's a baseball or tailgate involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my guilty pleasure is the carbonated. So it's, who's Kramer? You asking me something?
Yeah, if you had the choice to go plane spotting anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Jeepers, anywhere in the world? Well, let me ask you. Let me change the question around because it kind of depends. Um, does that give me the option, like any given airport only has certain areas where you can plane spot from because that's just the way the airport's laid out. So there's certain airports that would be great to plane spot at, but they have no place to really do it well at. And I don't really know. I'm not familiar enough with plane spotting locations at most airports that I haven't been to because I haven't been there. So I don't really know how to answer that question well. I think for me personally, I would love to, just because it would also double as a trip, as a ability to go over there. I would probably love to go plane spot at like London Heathrow, just so it, as a double chance to go to London and see other things in London as well. But they also have plenty of 747s because BA still flies the 47s and other heavy jets going in there. It's a busy airport, so.
I knew you were going to answer that way. I just knew it.
Anywhere where I can find this 47. So it's so yeah. So given that, I don't know what the plane spotting locations are like at Heathrow, if they're any good. I know for me, from what I understand from hearing and talking to other people, LA has one of the best because of that spot right there underneath runway 24 right by the in and out right there. And thankfully I get to go there all the time because it's not that far from me. So a few times a year I'm down there watching aircraft. So yeah, you get me. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a busy airport and it's got a good place to watch planes from, then I'd take it.
You want me to give you another take on that?
Sure.
Minneapolis International's got a dedicated airport-funded picnic area for plane spotting. Right, it's almost in the middle of the airport. It's really cool.
Oh.
With bleachers and picnic tables and stuff. Another great thing to watch is the park at the end of Reagan.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where you watch the guys doing, especially the river approach.
Yes.
That's a hoot.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that's fun. LA, of course. London Heathrow. Frankfurt is good. As long as you don't go into areas they don't want you in.
Well, yeah. I imagine the Germans are very stickler when it comes to off-limits areas.
Then the one that's just an interesting airport all around is Tokyo Narita.
Oh, really?
Because it's a fortress.
Interesting. When you say fortress, what do you mean by that?
I mean chain link fences and
just
barbed wire and
locked down tight.
See, when they built Narita, there was a big battle between the farmers who were losing their land and the Japanese government, and they got long memories, so
Gotcha.
It's hard to get there.
Got it.
I don't think Beijing would be fun either.
Yeah, I would imagine not. That's right up there with North Korea, Pyongyang. Although you're not going to see many flights at North Korea.
Yeah, it's a shame that the old Kai-Tak went down. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if you had like a roof that you could sit on.
Right. You go. Well, what was it? There was a documentary or something I was watching. I think it was a YouTube video about the, I can't remember what it was called. It's like China City or something. It was actually, oh, the Walled City, Hong Kong Walled City or China Walled City or something like that. And it's right there. It was in the flight path of Kai-Tak. And it was this area that was, it wasn't Hong Kong, and it wasn't, it was like this weird, like, kind of quasi area that no one really truly governed somehow. And so this city kind of formed there that just with all the, no building, codes or rules or anything. It was just as tight as people could mash into. And that's where you get this, a lot of these pictures of looking up at the like kind of multi-story buildings and the plane going right over the top is from that kind of area. And I think it's called China Walled City or something like that. And it ended up being this like, den of crime and all kinds of other stuff. But it's a fascinating. You look at it from the outside, and it's just this like giant square. It's kind of like a Jericho kind of almost look to it.
Chris is chiming in about Dallas. Like, okay. You like silver airplanes? Knock your socks off.
So, yeah. Well, now
Chris, we are forgetting the ultimate though.
Which is?
Well, I think it was taken out by the hurricane, but it was what, San Martin?
Yes, San Martin. Yeah, and as of right now, anyway, last I heard, the beach no longer exists. So, if the beach comes back, yeah, that was always someplace I wanted to go and do that.
I
Of
wonder
course.
if the bar's still there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It might be gone too.
Find out.
But that was a cool location when it was, existing. The airport's still there, obviously, but.
You gonna stop or just? Oh, you just blow through. You got iPass.
Yeah. This is what I. The last time I came through, when I was going through over the bridge to San Rafael, I got confused and aimed for the one with the green deal is, and didn't realize in the last second that the green ones are for stopping and paying the toll as opposed to doing the auto pass. And so this time I made sure I went the right way so I didn't have to stop, but not come to a screeching halt when I hit the unrealistically never budging cross arm there.
I may have to get ATS just so you have somebody to drive with.
I know, right? All these people that, the few people that do try to jump on always try to jump on at the end of the stream and they're on the other side of the map, and it's like, well, you're not getting here anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's back to the plane spotting thing real quick.
Yeah.
When we went to Washington and Thanksgiving break, I'm pretty sure it was IAD.
Mm-hmm.
There was a dam in front of it, and they had like a tower right in front of it. I'm pretty sure it was runway 1 center. Planes would just fly right in front of you because you were up in the tower.
Oh, that's awesome.
Actually, Boeing, at the Boeing Museum, they have that too, and I think that's a Smithsonian property that owns the tower at Dulles.
It probably is. That's probably part of Udvar Hazy. Or related to it anyway. Kramer, what part of the country are you from again?
I'm from Houston.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Oh, he's down in Blake's neighborhood.
Yeah. Blake and Fat Man Moo was, I think, from that area, outside of Houston, I think. Haven't seen him in a while. Although I saw him on Steam the other day. He was playing like Final Fantasy or something like that. I think you wouldn't make that red until you violate the speed limit. Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Do it on 2 wheels. You can do it.
Gotcha. Well, no, I was commenting on the they had a little speed indicator right there, and it was red saying 20, 19, 20, 20. And I was thinking, well, it should only be red if I'm over the speed limit, but maybe it flashes or something when you, because the speed limit's 30 right here. But
yeah, I had a momentary weirdness. I figured out how to connect my cell phone to my GPS.
Oh.
So now I'm getting all sorts of strange icons on my GPS when I'm driving.
That's interesting. You have like what kind of GPS is it?
It's a black one with a touch screen. It's really nice.
I meant brand.
It's a Garmin. Of course,
Gotcha.
it's a Garmin.
Got it.
But and so I get my text messages on it. It will display weather and
Oh, that's
traffic
cool.
information. So it's
Oh, nice.
kind of cool with that.
That's cool.
Or I found my next camera.
Yeah.
There's a Garmin 360 out there that is calling my name. It's $800, but it's calling my name. Another truck. Look at that.
Yeah, what do you know? And, oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Well, kind of interesting. Not really that interesting. I love this. This smashed up container over here. It's great. Alright, let's get over.
747 landed on it
Yeah, right?
several times.
Several times. Over and over again.
They have the ABU sticker on it.
That's what happens to cargo that goes into Albuquerque.
Didn't they do you any favors with that parking spot?
Not really, no. So it's kind of like the old, I don't know if you ever watched Top Gear, but their joke about the Morris Marina was no matter where you drive with the Morris Marina, it would just, pianos just land on it out of nowhere. Oh, that lame. Would I hit the stupid Albuquerque? No. Oh, there's a pole there. Well, that's very helpful.
Hey, Blue Crayon's checking on.
Blue Crayon. Oh, right. Hey, Moo. As I read my own comment. Yeah. Hey, Blue Crayon. How's it going? Try not to be an idiot.
You getting enough sleep now?
Apparently not.
You're still jet lagged after the pond pass.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't do a shared pit on that one.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Once I think once that TFDI is out of beta, I think we definitely need to do it in that at least.
Not a lot of things to do in that. We just sit there and
That's
talk on
true.
the radio.
That's true. Oh, Biggie Travis is waiting to get in here apparently. Oh, hello. Come on in. Wait till he gets out of the way so I can see. Pull away from that so I can...
Are you going the right way in on that, or do they want you to back that in?
No, they want me to... It's this way. I can... The area for the cab is up here, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a funny little... And of course... Oh, good, that's helpful. Oh, yay, yeah, oh, good grief. Really?
Where's the wand when you need them?
Right?
I'd be all over the board with that.
Come on, baby, come on. Alright, I think we're almost there. If I can slide this a little forward, maybe.
What a weird place to...
I know, right? It's just goofy. There it is. Good grief. Yeah, that was a really awkward location. It's like they wanted to get smashed with the other one. Fortnite, no, I have not. I've not played Fortnite. I don't really know what that is. I've heard of it. I couldn't tell you what it is, though. No, it's fine, Kelsey. We understand. Don't want to wake the nephew. Perfectly understandable. Okay, let's see. Where are we going next? Where to? Okay. Oh, it's giving us Oakland jobs too. Okay. I suppose. San Francisco, that's pretty long. Sierra Vista, that's a long one. Milk. Concrete tubes, that's a big, these are all going to Mexico. Okay, it's a bit of a jaunt. A bit of a jaunt. So we'll do one more here, and I think that's going to call it, because I've got some reports to write. Let's find where we want to go here. Office supplies to Vegas. That's like a fun little route. Let's do that. We'll take office supplies to Vegas from Oakland, apparently. So we'll have to hop back over to Oakland and pick that up from the port. Port Oakland. Go to Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, I can't really do that yet. Drift the 717 like I drifted the 47, yeah. Yeah, hope to not find out, that's for sure. Oh, did it seriously? We doing that again? Okay. No, stop doing that. It's gonna waste my air. Isaac Weisenhut, how's it going? Well, you missed 2 trips. We did one from Truckee to Reading, and then Reading to San Francisco, and now we're heading from San Francisco to Oakland to pick up a trailer that's going to go to Las Vegas. Okay, you guys really need to coordinate this. Okay, that takes care of our air. Let's try to get out of here before this guy comes in. No, I said release, you dumb thing. Release the hounds. Get out of this guy's way as he's coming in with his little portable houses. You're blocking the road, sir, Flavin Gavin. It'd be funny for you to watch. Yeah, I like hearing that reasoning. That's good. Okay. Pop the curb. No, there is, David. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can pay one time to just update your data. You can pay a subscription that will do, I think it's like quarterly, or you can do it quarterly. Maybe at that point you can just do whatever you want. I don't know. And then there's the one that I do that it's a monthly, so I just constantly have the current stuff. So now, if you do the one time or the quarterly or whatever it is, that won't give you access to the Charts Cloud stuff because that's an ongoing, constant thing. That'll just give you the data. So if you want the Charts Cloud, like my stuff comes with the Charts Cloud because it's the ongoing, monthly, whatever. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're just looking to update your data and get the air rack a little more current than what it is currently, I mean, you can easily survive just updating your air rack data and doing it. What the heck? That stupid truck just died. What is that? Hang on. Am I out of fuel? Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice I was out of... I get talking and, well, that's just, well done. Okay. Yes. Stupid. Got to towed me to Oakland anyways. That works. I guess that's what happens when you run out of fuel. It shouldn't be only annually, unless you're looking at the Charts Cloud stuff. That would be... Well, it's not even annually. It should be a monthly one. I'll look at it once I get off here and check it out, because I'm pretty sure
I'm sorry, I missed the question. What was it?
He's talking about the Navigraph data. Do you do anything with Navigraph?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's saying that he's. Do I have a trailer? Oh, it hooked my trailer up for me and everything. That's weird. Okay. I'm very confused now. He's saying that he's trying to look at the Navigraph stuff, but it's only giving an option for an annual subscription. I thought you used to be able to just buy the Navigraph data as a one-off if you wanted to, or do the monthly, or do the annual. I know if you want to do like the charts cloud stuff, that's a different ball of wax, but if it's just updating your AirAct data for your aircraft, I thought you had the option of just doing a one-off.
Yeah, I just popped over and looking at it right now.
All right. All right. Tim's gonna check it out and see if he can't figure out what's going on. I tell you though, having the resources of the charts and everything like that at your fingertips is fantastic. I love that service that Navigraph offers for that.
Yeah, all I'm showing is subscription, but I think it's because I have a subscription. I can't get in there as if I'm a newbie.
Oh, that could be. Oh, I should probably not speed so much. Unless they change some. There's another. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like 26, 28 euros for a year.
That's it?
Yeah. Either that or it's just my renewal.
Maybe that's a renewal, because I was gonna say I'm paying like $10 a month. I mean, now obviously that's not euros, but it's not too far off from that. This means I'm getting hosed. Now, of course, that could be the price for the just the AirAct data. Maybe I'm paying a double thing because I'm also doing the charts cloud. That may be what that is.
Oh yeah, that's probably what that is.
Yeah.
The charts thing is good.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I love the charts thing. Yeah, David, it's possible they changed it to, because if you're only going to do the AirAct data, they finally just said, you know what, you can do it for a year for this cost, because now they have the charts thing as well. There's probably not a whole lot of people that are opting to do just the, hey, I'm going to buy the AirAct once for, just 1 month and then kill it, and it probably cost them, cost benefit analysis. It was better to push everyone towards that, perhaps. But if it's only, what did you say, 27 euros for the year, I mean, that's, what is that? That's like $34, something like that, probably. Oops, that's what I'm shifting the wrong way. That's not too bad. I mean, considering you get a whole year's worth out of it, that'll be essentially 13 AirAct updates. This is 99. Okay. Good old Highway 99. Yeah, 830 euro is 1061 US. That's about what I'm paying per month. So yeah, so if it's going to be 20 something odd euros, yeah, you're looking at just a little over 30 or so. Yeah, monthly. Now that's for the charts though, right, Chris? Charts and data. Because I think David's just trying to find out about just downloading the data. I think. You can chime in there, David, if you're looking for something different, but. Because those were two separate things at one time, anyway. I believe they still are. One of these is my headlights. Oh, there they are. Just turn off the high beams. All right, Kelsey. There's another site too you can check out if you're just looking for AirAct data, and I don't remember what it's called, but there were two that offered AirAct data. Navigraph was one of them, and there was another company. You might just search Google for FSX AirAct data downloads, because there is another company that does it. Maybe they have a better pricing structure for what you're looking for to do. If you're not wanting to do the monthly thing. I don't think so. I heard about that. I don't think that update has actually hit yet. I think they've just been talking about it. Because I checked the map after they mentioned that was going to be a thing, but I haven't seen the game update to a point where I have that on the map now. I'll check here in Fresno real quick and see, but I don't think that's part of it, unless that's the direction it has me going. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, ATS decided to break some of the truck rules and make some paths for trucks that they maybe would not normally be able to go in real life due to restrictions on emissions and things like that. But so they're creating Tioga Pass for ATS, or they have, depending on the answer to this question. So you can basically drive through Yosemite. Now in real life, semi-trucks are not allowed in Yosemite, mainly because of pollution reasons and things like that. They just don't want trucks trucking through there. So in real life, you want to find semi-trucks going through Tioga Pass, but in ATS now, or shortly now, oh, it's an open beta. See, I'm not running the open beta one, so that's why. So when it hits the mainstream, that's when I stopped doing the open betas because it kept breaking the multiplayer for Truck Sim. So figure I'll stay in the mainstream. Dinner, I already had dinner actually. I had Chipotle. Steak tacos and some chips. Gotta go do my DOT physical tomorrow. That's gonna be loads of fun. Nothing like having a stranger grab your junk. In the name of health.
Every 6 months for me.
Yeah. Although one time I had it, I didn't know because it's always a check for hernia when they're doing that. But one time he like just pressed on my my lower abdomen and like had me cough when he did that, and then said, "Okay, sounds good," and never did the other. I was like, "Oh, that was nice. I actually got out of here without getting groped this time. Nice change of pace."
We have the most fascinating discussions.
Don't we?
You get a nasty grin from YouTube.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I've watched some other streams. My stream's pretty stinking clean compared to a lot of them out there.
Oh yeah. No, I get a full EKG every 6 months now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, that's part of the FAA requirement when you reach a certain age.
Gotcha. That's a red light. Driving a real Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, Kelsey. Oh, someone coming down the highway. There they go. On the road again. Oh, yep,
When are
dog's
you heading
behind.
back to Rhode Island, Kelsey?
I think she said Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Like her
Yeah,
flight.
I remember she mentioned it, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I think her flight leaves like 8:30 in the morning or something. If you haven't already, you guys should go check out and search for. There's a couple of YouTube videos on a. It's the Cross the Pond radar. What do you call it? Time lapse. That's pretty cool to watch. Just the amount of aircraft that participated in that thing. It's like a swarm of bees. Which, speaking of which, so I'm going to. I was driving to our other church campus the other day, and just after or right before one of the lights, there was all of a sudden out of nowhere just this giant swarm right just barely above the car and just maybe a little bit into the windshield of what I'm assuming were bees. So clearly the queen was on the move and the whole hive was transitioning, but it's right over the road. It was surreal. I watched the guy behind me roll his window up so fast.
That's amazing when Mother Nature does that.
Right? It's interesting to watch. As long as you're not in a position to get attacked, it's cool to watch.
Actually, we used to have a problem with bees nests in the belfry of my dad's church,
Mm.
and we would, and everybody's like, get an exterminator, do this, do that, and the farmers who were fruit farmers said, no, he said, just take mothballs and roll mothballs down where the nest is at, and they'll leave.
Really?
Sure enough, did that, and they were gone.
Huh. Mothballs, interesting. We had one over at the house, not where I'm staying right now because I'm house sitting, but my house over a few blocks over. There's a big giant, I don't know what it is. It's like a sequoia-looking type tree, but it's not a sequoia, but it's something like that, redwood style thing. And at one point, they moved into there as they were like trying to find a new home. And you just walk outside, you hear this. I mean, it's loud and like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And within a few hours, they were gone. They'd moved on. But it was crazy for a while. We were going, okay, if they're gonna set up shop here, we're gonna have to figure out what to do about this because this is a little scary. Callie doesn't like old trucks because of smog, I'm guessing. We have politicians that are very, very sensitive when it comes to the schnoz. But no, California just has some of the strictest smog laws. Now, some of that is justified because we also have some of the biggest traffic issues. And so if you're going to have a lot of traffic, it's just going to lead to, I mean, you look at pictures of the LA basin from back in the day before a lot of that stuff was implemented. It's pretty nasty, and it still gets nasty sometimes today, but not quite as bad. But some of it's a little over the edge, and some of it's just political nonsense. The biggest example of that, though, is the smog test that we have to do, that I don't have to do right now for a while because I just have a new car, so I'm exempt for 5 years. But normally it's every 2 years unless you're labeled a gross polluter, and then you have to go get it every year. But you go to the smog shop, they stick a sniffer. They call it a sniffer. It's a sniffer pipe that goes in your exhaust pipe and looks for levels of hydrocarbons, NO, and what's the other one? And CO2, and gives you numbers, and there's acceptable state limits and all this stuff that you're supposed to meet. And if you don't, you have to go make changes and you don't pass smog. But in addition to that, they also do a visual inspection to make sure the smog stuff is on the car or whatever it is, and one of those things they check is the catalytic converter, and the serial number on the catalytic converter has to be a certain serial number. If it's not, then you fail smog and you have to get your catalytic converter replaced. Now, if it's truly about smog laws and reducing emissions, then it shouldn't matter what you've got to reduce the emissions on the car, as long as what's coming out the tailpipe is legal. And I understand a visual inspection to make sure you're not just venting your exhaust off somewhere else so it doesn't come out the tailpipe and bypass the sniffer. That's fine. But if it's a matter of, we're going to make sure you've got all, because at the end of the day, that's all political correct nonsense. It's the politicians have gotten in the pockets of, or rather the companies have gotten in the pockets of the politicians and say, hey, we want you to only be able to buy our catalytic converter here in California. And so the politicians, for their back channel stuff, all go, okay, so now in order to pass smog, not only do you have to have a catalytic converter, you have to have this catalytic converter. And that changes occasionally, which is really annoying. So, I should probably stop the engine. I guess that would be a good idea. All right, there we go. Now fill up tank. So it's just dumb. It's that kind of stuff just drives me nuts. I don't mind having smog laws. I don't mind having, emissions tests. But let's be what it is. Let's have an actual emissions test and just that. If your car passes the emissions test, then it should have passed smog. It shouldn't have to have special proprietary equipment on it to make it pass smog. If it passes smog, it passes smog. But I digress. That's just the stupid state I live in.
Actually, you're wrong.
Oh?
Yeah, if you don't match your catalytic converter up, or they've got an aftermarket catalytic converter, it's not going to work properly because it ruins the back pressure going into the engine.
Well, no. I'm not talking about making sure the catalytic converter is installed properly. I'm talking about a certain type of catalytic converter. Yeah, no, I understand. If you install wrong aftermarket equipment, here's the deal. You can buy, for the same car, I can buy a catalytic converter in Florida for half the cost that I can buy the catalytic converter that's California rated for the exact same car and engine. And the only difference is it's authorized to sell in California. So like I said, if it makes the emissions pass, that should be the yardstick. I mean, if it's going to break if you put an aftermarket thing in your car and it breaks your car, that's on you. I mean, that may be more of the nanny state stuff of we're making sure that people don't ruin their own engines. Well, then let them ruin their own engines. They want to put crap on there that's not designed to go on their car, then that's on them. But, yeah, if you're going to have an emissions test, have an emissions test. Let's not have it a nanny state check. Of course, we could be worse. It could be like England, where they do a whole safety inspection on your car and make sure everything is, running right and all the linkages are correct and all the things are lubed. And if it's not, there's a whole rigmarole. I saw that on, I don't think it was Top Gear, it was something else, but there's a whole thing you got to go through to get your car roadworthy in Britain. So you talk about nanny state.
Actually, West Virginia's that way too.
Oh, really? Yeah,
you gotta go for a safety sticker before you get your thing. In Chicago, we've got the environmental as well. They used to stick the probe up the pipe routine, but now they just plug into the computer on your car.
So Volkswagen got the best of them, I guess. Tomorrow, probably right around the time of the beginning of Friday Night Ops. Maybe a little early if I'm pulling out from Memphis, just so we're not getting too close to the mark. But yeah, I would say somewhere between 3 and 4 will be the start time Pacific.
All right, thanks. I'll leave here. Go to bed soon.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna be done as soon as I get to Vegas here. So. The side skirts on trailers aren't at least as far as I know, are not a California requirement. That's actually I think a lot of trucking companies do that because it's supposed to be a fuel saver. That and the big giant fins on the back of the trailers, and the scoops. There's some scoops you'll see sometimes underneath the trailers. Those are all supposed to be fuel saving devices. I don't know that those are required because I see a lot of trucks and stuff in California that don't have them. So I think that's more of a company decision as to whether or not they want to do that to save the, 3% fuel cost, which if you've got a large fleet, that adds up pretty quick. and can make a significant savings if it'll actually pay off that way. So. But yeah, Cali doesn't like trucks because old trucks are, they pollute more. Anything older vehicles don't have as much smog technology built into them, and so they're going to naturally be less efficient and therefore more pollutants into the air. And at a certain extent, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we want to try and do our best for the environment within reason. Yeah, I'll bet, Kelsey. It's going to be, it's about 11 right now. So, yeah, you're coming up on bedtime over there, I would imagine. You get the weird little fighter jets flying around here at night in this area. I think it's supposed to be because we're near Area 51 or Edwards or something. You're probably going to be waiting a while for that, Isaac. I know the next one that's supposed to be added is Oregon. I just hope it doesn't take as long for them to do Oregon as it did to do New Mexico. I understand coming off of the Arizona ad, they then did the rescale, and so that was probably where a lot of the extra time came in. So hopefully the states will come out a little faster than they were doing with New Mexico, but we'll see. Evan Wilson, hey, welcome to the stream, sir. Glad to see you made it. We're not going to be streaming for much longer. I'm headed to Las Vegas right now, and that's where we're going to call it because I've got some other work to do. But glad to see you made it for this at least. Lost other. Hey, Tim, who was the other person that was in TeamSpeak besides Kramer? Who is clearly not there now. I'm trying to remember who I saw. I know there were 4 of you, or 4 of us. And I can't remember who the other one was. What game are you playing there, Evan? I don't think I've ever gone this way before. Oh, baseball, nice. Well, congratulations, sir. Oh, Death Valley, alright.
That's basketball, not baseball.
True. I read between the lines. And if he's talking about music, it's baseball.
Well, the NFL schedules came out tonight, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And Jacksonville's new uniforms got released today, too, which they're okay. I finally got used to the helmets, and now they changed them. Although they went with the all black with the logo, and I think that looks pretty good. So I'm okay with
repaint
that.
the airplane?
No, because the color scheme didn't change. Although it does make the engines now look kind of ridiculous because that match the helmets. I think I'm gonna leave it though. I kind of like it. Or maybe I won't. We'll see.
Don't they know how much work you do?
It'll be a game time decision. I know, right?
Never had that problem with my Packers.
No, you guys are pretty steady as she goes. Although I did see but I think it's October sometime. They're doing the London game against Philadelphia. That would be cool to go see. Be expensive NFL
Try and
game.
explain it to the Brits.
Yeah, well they play in. Oh goodness, that's a stop sign. They play in London. Actually, usually a few times they played a couple times in the year. London is kind of like de facto Jacksonville fans for the most part because the Jacksonville's come to London so many times. But yeah, I'm sure they're all still a little confused when they see football and they get there and it's, wait, this isn't football. Oh, really? I didn't realize that was a thing that they could do. Interesting. Death Valley National Park. So trivia, guys, Death Valley is the lowest place in the continental United States. And it's very, very close to the highest point in the lower 48, which is Mount Whitney. And does anyone know what the highest point in the United States, not just the lower 48, is? Death Valley is where the Undertaker is from. Nice. I wonder if Death Valley is one of the. I don't remember if Death Valley was available in Truck Sim before. Maybe it was. I've just never been through it this way, but I don't remember. So no takers on the what the highest point of the United States is.
Inside the United States, I'm thinking Mount Rainier or Mount Hood, one of the two.
Well, sorry, when I say inside the United States, I'm including Hawaii and Alaska.
Would be the Alaskan one.
Yeah, so you remember what that's called, though?
It's the big freaking mountain.
Well, that's not the. Maybe that's the technical name.
Yeah, it's Rainier's the one that's south of Seattle, I think.
Yeah, Rainier's in Washington.
Is it Mount Hood?
No, Mount Hood's also in Washington, or Oregon. Hood's in Oregon, I believe. So the one in the highest point in the lower 48 is Mount Whitney, which is in California, which is just north of Death Valley by very little bit. And then the one in Alaska, which is the highest point in the United States, is formerly Mount McKinley, but has been renamed back to its native name, Mount Denali.
Mount Runamuck.
Mount Runamuck, exactly, yes. So it's about, I think Denali, now formerly McKinley, is it's like 14.6 or no, it's gonna be higher than that. It's gonna be like 14.8. I don't think it's much higher than 14. I don't think it's higher than 14. Maybe it's 15. I know Whitney is like 14.6 or something like that, I think. And there's a number of peaks that are right there just under it as far as height goes. I know Pikes Peak is 14.1, I think, so it's pretty close. Rainier is probably somewhere in that same range. Hood is probably in the same range. I think Shasta is pretty close too in California. travel center out here in the middle of nowhere. Yes, Evan Wilson. Let there be light.
Thanks for the help there, Moose.
Huh?
I think I was setting up my, redoing my iPad for the airline, and I had to get Siri set up, so I was trying to do that, and you were talking in the background. And
Oh. Glad I could help.
Siri be confused.
Yeah. A little bit.
I got it set up finally. I had to restore the thing.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what the big issue, Tim the Literal, is they don't tell you that to do that you have to download iTunes onto your PC. So I was trying to connect through the Windows app.
Oh, I gotcha.
Or, yeah, through the Windows website, and it wouldn't do a thing. I'm like, this is silly. What's going on? And finally, I was reading a third party, somebody talking about the program on Windows. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not impressed with the Apple's instructions.
Yeah, well, they all assume that everyone thinks like they do, so I'm not impressed with Apple in general normally, so.
Hey, by the way, I see that you guys are moving forward with Snap. Well done.
Snap. What
It's
are
the
we?
environmental thing for that the EPA tried to do, but the courts threw it out because they said the EPA didn't have standing to.
Oh, you're talking about
legally,
California's doing
mandate,
this?
Yeah, the gases, the refrigeration gases.
Oh, goody.
Of course, then again, he also brought us Proposition 65.
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm surprised you guys can even survive out there.
I know, right? Everything has cancer in it. You heard about the latest thing that someone was suing, saying Starbucks has to put cancer warnings on their coffee now. I mean, it's just like, at a certain point, I think we can all just agree that everything causes cancer, and so we can shut up about it.
Well, I'd like to see the scientific data that actually proves that, and how many strung out rats are running around now wanting caffeine.
Exactly. Exactly.
How far we got to go?
I think we're getting close. Let's see here. Well, I'm not sure where we are, though. That's 95. Oh, yeah, we've got to be pretty close. We can pull it up here. Not that one. That one.
Hey, did you listen to Simple Flight Radio from Sunday?
I did not yet. I've got it on my... I downloaded it, and I'm probably going to do it tonight while I'm doing reports. Because that's interesting.
It's a real interesting talk with
yeah,
the
what
guy
is,
who did.
I'm trying to remember his name. Yeah, Austin, I think, right?
Yeah, Austin Meyer or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he came, he was at Flight SimCon this last year, and so it was cool listening to him there. So I'd be curious what he talks about with them.
Yeah, it was a good interview, and then he was talking about the apps he's developing for private pilots.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
And how he tied his tablet into the autopilot. I'm like waiting for the FAA to come back and say, excuse me.
Yeah, right? You did what now? All right, so I looked up. So Denali is actually quite a bit higher, actually, than Mount Whitney. I mean, we know it's clearly the highest point in the U.S., but significantly so. So Whitney is around. I'll have to look it up again, but I believe it's 14.6 or so, 14.5 maybe. Denali, formerly McKinley, is 20,310 feet. So, for those of you that care about mountain geography, there you go. Good night, Evan. Thank you very much. You got 19 subscribers. Well, you're well on your way. It starts small. We all did it.
It's amazing it's not raining.
I know, right? Finally got rid of that nonsense. Of course, this is the one place it would make absolutely no sense because, Death Valley. Not that it doesn't ever rain here, but very few and far between.
It's dangerous when it rains in Death Valley.
And it's dangerous when it rains in most deserts, yes. Especially, well, that's true. Especially in Death Valley, the water has nowhere to go.
You get those washouts in the road and everything.
Mm-hmm. There was a YouTube video I think it was in Arizona, maybe in New Mexico, it was like a dry creek bed with a road, and they were just had it filming because there was storms up in the mountains, miles away, but the water was rushing down into the wadis or whatever they call those things, the dry riverbeds, and all of a sudden this just torrent of water just comes out of nowhere and just completely obliterates the road. I mean, it didn't obliterate the road, but it overtook the road, and it's like, man, if you're not paying attention, it doesn't have to be raining where you are.
I always like watching the YouTube people driving on ice.
That is fun to watch. Bum 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 bum. There's Vegas. I see it on my fancy GPS. It's no $800 GPS, but hey.
I do want that camera though because it shoots a 360 where you can park your cursor on it and move, do the 360 thing, but then it also gives location, altitude, G's, speed.
He said G's, but I thought you said cheese.
No.
It gives
Close
cheese. I love cheese.
cheese. But I would love to have something like that when I fly. Of course,
Wow, that'd be
can't
cool.
do it anymore unless I'm in the Citation or the King Air, but
Right.
still, be cool.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing my luck, it'd be like the prime exhibit on the accident investigation.
That's right. Well, he had this, and we're pretty sure it caused it. So, Gilberto, welcome to the stream, sir.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're treating the woman pilot captain on Southwest.
Yeah, right. Just major hero, and
yeah, I'm like, it's a pilot who did their job.
yeah,
and
exactly.
We're trained all to do that, so.
Right.
Then they were comparing her to Sully, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, one engine out. Come on. It's like the most common thing pilots train for is the the one engine out. Do. Alrighty. My thing is always when the news makes such a big deal about the pilots being able to remain calm in the event of the emergency. It's just like, Yeah, because they train for this all the time. It's not like they're not expecting it to ever happen.
It's amazing how you don't even worry about it. I mean, you're thinking at 90 miles an hour.
Right, you have to,
But
and it's just
yeah, but it's so automatic.
Yeah.
It's amazing how the muscle memory and the teamwork comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, we train for that ad nauseum, and it is an incredible, especially the first 2 minutes. Always like the first step in every plane I've flown on the Boeing side is the first thing you do is silence the bell.
Alright, we're coming up to our destination here. I feel like we should be able to go right there, but, well, screw it. I guess that one doesn't count. It's weird. Yeah, why couldn't I go over... whatever. Whatever. It's the back roads of Vegas here. Oh, a one-way street. Looks like we're delivering to... Oh, I see why they didn't want me going that way, because that would be... Well, it's not really any more inconvenient.
They need the richly clad women of the night standing around there.
I know, right? With their flyers.
No, that would be Theft Auto.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, I did something stupid.
You did something stupid? Is that what you said?
Speaking of engine failures,
Okay, what'd you do?
I was flying the TFDI, the 717, from Atlanta to O'Hare, just to see if I could get that speed tape thing to kick out, and it still was there,
Yeah.
the jittering.
Uh-huh.
But on short final, I was either dialing back the airspeed or I was doing something, and I wasn't paying attention to where my cursor ended up. I ended up on the fire switches.
Whoops.
So at about a 2-mile final, I shut off the engines.
Whoops.
So I calmly called the tower and said I did something stupid, and went through a relight and brought one of the engines back on. So I actually did a single engine landing into O'Hare in the wind, and it actually came out quite well.
Oh, good. What the heck was that?
Are we stuttering a lot, or is it the stream?
No, there was a... Well, it did some weird little real quick on my end, but I don't know what the heck that was. I was hoping...
On my computer, it's turned into a real slideshow.
Oh, yeah, you're right, it has. Oh, no, it's... That must be on my end doing that, because I'm seeing it drop frames like crazy. What the heck's going on here all of a sudden? Dude, hello?
Apparently, they heard us speaking about the women of the night.
I guess. I'm like, we're going to put a kibosh on that. I've noticed, it's interesting, my, I'm going to pull in over here and turn around. My parents' Wi-Fi, or internet, I'm not using Wi-Fi, I'm using hardline, but it's really stinking fast. It's Xfinity, and it's serious high download speed, and the upload speed's fairly comparable to what I get, if not a little bit higher. But their service seems to drop out a lot for some reason. And every so often it just completely dies or slows way down, and so it's like, what the heck? So I guess but I think part of that too is the way Comcast or Xfinity or whatever you're gonna call them does their service. Unlike Uverse, you're not on a dedicated IP or node. Basically, you're kind of sharing a set bandwidth with the neighborhood, and so if someone in the neighborhood decides to start taking a whole bunch of the bandwidth away, then everyone kind of loses out.
You fiber optic out?
No, in certain places, we're not fiber to the house. It's the Comcast is a CCTV cable. It's a Cat 6 not a Cat 6, a coax. But the Uverse, I know, to the switches, like they're in the neighborhood, are fiber between the switches, and then it's twisted pair copper to the houses. They're working, I think, to a certain extent to start to switch that over and go fiber to a lot of the houses, but I don't know where that process is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm running Comcast in house.
All right, that's better. A little too far there. That's good enough for them, but it's not good enough for me. I want to straighten that out a little bit. There we go. Oh, goody, just in time for that nonsense. Always love that. Stupid airline. Okay. Excellent. Actually got to back in one. Good deal. All right, well, we're going to cut it there because I got to go type some reports. Thanks for coming along. Tomorrow we will be streaming. It sounds like we're going to do Memphis to Miami for the Friday night ops into Miami. That'll be fun. We'll start that somewhere between 3 and 4 Pacific time. So that's, what is that? Somewhere between 22 and 2300 Zulu, I think, if I'm doing my conversion right in my head. So yeah, so join us for that. And then Saturday morning, back to normal time Saturday, probably closer to 10, 10:30, 11, something like that. We'll do Moscow to Zurich. So if you want to join us for either one of those, feel free. We'll be on VATSIM for both. And look forward to flying with you guys. So we'll see you then. Thanks for coming along with us tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Fun riding with you guys, and I'll try and get on tomorrow. No guarantees.
Gotcha. Are you at home now, or are you somewhere off in the?
Yeah, I'm home, but might go flying tomorrow.
Got it. Alrighty. Well, we will all be envious if you go real flying tomorrow. So.
Yeah, whoopee.
Yeah, whoopee. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.